Hello and welcome to Elke Art. Today I am doing a drawing of the Paris Olympic mascot for the year 2024. Olympics are taking place this summer in Paris, and the mascot this year is a Phryges, which is a type of French hat. So here's a picture of the Olympic mascot. If you would like to draw it with me, follow along so you can draw the Olympic mascot as well. Thanks so much for watching Elke Art. Please feel free to subscribe and hit that like button below if you are enjoying these videos. I am going to draw with a Sharpie, but if you would rather use a pencil, be my guest. I am working a little bit above halfway up my paper and a little bit to one side. I'm going to make a circle for the eye of the Phryges. And then I'm going to make the other eye over to the right, but this one's not going to be a perfect circle because the Phryges is actually looking a little bit off to one side. So I'm doing some little dots to kind of guide where my eye is going to start and stop, and it's a little bit more elongated, like an oval or an egg shape. Then I'm going to draw a circle for the inside of the eye. I'm going to add a little highlight by making a small circle inside of that circle. And then the black part of the eye I will color in the middle. I'm going to do the same thing on the elongated part of the eye. This one is going to be touching the left side of the eye. I'm going to make a highlight again, and then the black part is going to be touching the inside of the eye as well. Next, I'm going to make the smile. I'm going to start by making a slightly curved line right in between the two eyes. Then I will bring it down and around and connect it back up again to the top. I'm going to add a tongue on the bottom. I'm making two bumps. And then I'll add some teeth by making a line that comes down from the top on the right and then goes across all the way to the left side of the mouth. You can color in between the teeth and the tongue black, so it looks like the mouth is nice and open. Next, I'm going to add what kind of looks like eyelashes. They also look like the flag of France. And I'm going to start by adding a curved line to the left of the left eye. And then I'm going to make two lines coming out, one on the top and one on the bottom. Notice that they're kind of diagonal with a slight curve. I'm going to bring the bottom one up and the top one is going to come down. And then instead of meeting in the middle, they're going to curve back in towards the eye. Slight curve like that. I'm going to start at these eyelash flags and I'm going to go up over my eyes with a slightly curved line, kind of like a rainbow. And then it's going to come down, kind of like a rainbow, just past the first eye. It's going to bump it and then curve back up again. And then I'm going to add a slight line that goes down from the eye and then out a little bit. Slight curve to that one as well. I'm going to add a line between the two eyelashes. And then this one has a slight curve to the outside of the page. It's going to hook back in, come up, and almost meet up with the other one. Not quite, before it has another little hook. This is going to be the little arm of the hat, like it's waving. That's again just kind of a curved line, and that one also does not meet up with the other one. I'm going to make two vertical lines coming down. Those are going to be the legs. There's one, And here's the second one. And then I can make all of these lines connect. So this original hook is going to come around behind the legs and then connect back. And then this one will go just underneath it as well, like that. Now to make some shoes. For the shoes, I'm going to start with just a small kind of square and then a curved line that goes to it's kind of like a half circle is what it is. Square, and then a half of a circle for the top parts of the shoes. Then I'm going to make a line that kind of gently curves down to the middle on both shoes. It's going to come out and across. Also has a very slight curve to it. Next, I'm going to make kind of a diagonal line that goes in front of the semicircle. I'll make a matching one that's farther down on the shoe on both. And I'll connect those two diagonal lines with other lines so that it makes kind of a rectangular shape that will go on the top of the shoes. Then I'm going to make another half circle that kind of connects to the other side of it. So it's going to kind of go to the front part of the shoes here, like that. Next, I'm going to make the bottom or the sole of the shoes. I'm going to do that by adding a line straight down. It's going to follow the bottom and then it's going to go straight up to the back. Straight down, follow the bottom, straight up. The last thing that I'm going to do, well, I have to do my shadow first. So I'm going to make a little line that connects the shoes and then comes out and around and then back into the other shoe. And this is a little shadow to make it look like the Phryges standing. And I'm just going to color that in with black with my marker. And then I also need to add the design on the front of the Phryges. I'm going to do that by starting with a circle. Just starts right under the mouth. And then I think I'm going to switch to a skinnier marker because it has a little bit more detail inside of the circle here. So I've got a thinner tip and I'm going to write the word Paris, P-A-R-I-S, and then I'm going to put the year 2024, and then there's a little flame at the top that's kind of inside of a circle. So I'm going to start with a circle, but the bottom is not going to connect, and then instead of connecting it, it's going to go up into a little flame. So it has like 3 little points on this little flame. And then I'm going to do the Olympic rings in color. So I'm going to go ahead and put my marker away, and I will add the Olympic rings to the center here. I'm going to start with a black colored pencil and make the center ring black. Then I'm going to switch to red, and I'm going to make the ring on the right red, and they don't quite touch each other. If they do, it's just barely on the end. Then I'm going to use blue for the left, trying to do my best to make them about the same size. Then I still need yellow and green. Let's see, I think we'll do yellow first. And that's going to go between the blue and the black one. So those do overlap a little bit. And then the green one will go between the red and the black one. And those overlap a little bit as well. I went ahead and sped up my coloring so that you can see, but I'm going to do red for the freesia. And I'm just using a regular red colored pencil. I'm trying to stay inside of the lines here, doing all of the different parts of this hat here with red. I'm also using red on the bottom of the little flag eyelashes, and I'm adding a couple lines to the shoes as well. We'll use pink for the tongue, blue for the eyes and the tops of the flags, and underneath and on the legs is blue, a little bit of blue details on the feet. Then I'm going to go in and shade a little bit too. So I'm using a little bit of a darker red to add a bit of a shadow. And I did slow this down so you could see exactly how I'm doing that. There's a little bit of a shadow at the very top, and then kind of under the arms and the body, there's a little bit of a darker red too. So I have a darker shade of red. It's kind of like a purplish red. So I'm using that. If you have like a red violet, that would work. Or you could even just use a purple if you don't have a darker red, and that could probably work just as well. And I'm just trying to darken the bottom edge here of the red sections to add a little bit of a shadow to my drawing. And then I'm also going to do a little bit under the eyelashes, the little flags. Then I'm going to switch to a darker shade of blue, and I'm going to do the same thing. I want to darken this area that's under where the body is, and then the top part of the legs I'm going to darken with a little bit of this blue too, so that it looks like there's a shadow and it's not getting as much light as the other parts. So I'm just trying to push a little bit harder with my colored pencil here to get that darker shade in there. I'm going to use a little bit of gray to add some gray details here on the shoes. So just that center section of each shoe, I'm going to color in with a little bit of gray. And then I also am going to use some gold for around the flame. So in that circle part, there's gold. I'll leave the flame white so that that looks complete as well. All right, and I think I am all set. So there it is, the Phrygia, the Olympic mascot for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Thanks for watching.